Once the mob makes up their mind about you, you need not fight. There's nothing you can do. You'll try not to act suspicious, but then you end up looking more suspicious. They even arrested my friend, Mandelstam, right in front of me. There was nothing I could do. They shot my first husband after the Bolshevik Revolution. Lenin pardoned him 3 days later. My second husband is inconsequential. My third died. Where my son is? In Stalin's gulag. Terror fingers all things in the dark, leads moonlight to the X. There's an ominous knock behind the wall, a ghost, a thief, or a rat. Привет! Da! Da! Your Honor, нет. No one is here, just me. No, I have not written anything new. I am not against the state. Am I Soviet? Officer, I am Russian just as you are Russian. See? See, there is nothing. There is something about being followed that makes one afraid. It's not a fear like the fear of being struck or killed, but to be followed. To be watched, it sends a chill through you. It slithers around your heart and nestles in your core, so you're always shivering, tense, jumping at every shadow. Eventually you become accustomed to it. You don't try to stop this thief. He will always find a way in, so you leave the doors and the windows unlatched. He comes every morning with the opening of your eyes to take the joy and the comfort and leave behind the hunger and paranoia. Do I not get a moment of peace? Do I not deserve one? Thermo. Tell me, which is worse? A failed artist or a failed priest? I'm speaking, of course, of Hitler and Stalin, respectively. Have you ever seen a happy, hungry person? They do not exist. No, comrade, I am not hungry. I have everything I need. But if you have bread to spare, Of course, there is no famine. There is no purge, everything is fine. How could anything be wrong when the state is so strong and united? We are the Soviet Union. The word union. United as a complex whole. The state will not allow for any complexities. I am a complexity, which is why this lovely officer is here to see how much trouble I am making. Am I worth the paranoia? Is it worth leaving my son in the gulag? Is his punishment keeping me quiet? Would it be better to shoot the both of us and be done with it? Perhaps. The things people will do to silence you. These people, they talk of the Nazis, of fascism, of the socialists, of communism. This siege is a contradictory nightmare. No one is hungry anymore. No one is poor. These people, they were not there. They did not see it. They cannot know. I was there. I witnessed it all fall down around me. And they think socialism, the proletariat rising against the bourgeois in pursuit of fairness, is good. No one is poor because we are all poor. No one is hungry because we are all hungry. In those days, only the dead smiled, glad to be at rest. And Leningrad city swayed like a needless appendix to its prisons. It was then that the railway yards were asylums of the mad. Short were the locomotives' farewell songs. Stars of death stood above us, and innocent Russia writhed under blood-stained boots and under the tires of Black Mariahs. Is all of this for equality? Equality is when everyone lines up for bread and everyone gets nothing. In the fearful years of the Yezhov terror, I spent 17 months in prison queues in Leningrad. One day somebody identified me. Beside me in the queue, there was a woman with blue lips. She had, of course, never heard of me, but she suddenly came out of that trance so common to us all and whispered. Everybody spoke in whispers there. Can you describe this? And I said, yes, I can. And then something like the shadow of a smile crossed what had once been her face. My papers. Da. Da. Yes, you can see everything is in order. What are you doing? Нет, пожалуйста. Who told you I was writing? I told you I am not writing. Of course, but how you don't understand. I need my papers. Please, don't do this. Please, don't do this. I need to see my son. Please. For 17 months, I've called you to come home. I've pleaded, oh, my son, my terror. I've groveled at the hangman's feet. All is confused eternally. So much I can't say who's man, who's beast anymore, or even how long till execution. Simply the flowers of dust. Censers ringing tracks from a far settlement to nowhere's ice, and Every day the glad eye of a huge star still tightening vice. Please! Please give me some word of my son! Tell me if he is alive or dead! Do you know what torture by hope is? After despair, a calm sets in. But hope can drive you mad. I yield to it, the victory. There is no time, there is no room except to sue for peace with my, however strange, delirium. I fall upon my knee, I pray for mercy, it makes no concession. Clearly, I must take away with me not one of my possessions. Not the stone face, hollow blanks of eyes, my sons. Through pain's exquisite chisel, note the dead's closed ranks in the hour of prison visits. Not the dear coolness of his hands, like lime tree's shady turbulence, his parting words of consolation. You think if you do nothing, then you are safe. Truly, doing nothing is the worser crime. Yes. These communists, these socialists are terrible. The torture, the prison, the betrayal. But all my friends who have fled, who have done nothing, they are the cowards. The cowards are worse. For the cowards stand for nothing, fight for nothing, speak for nothing. It is the ones who fight back who are courageous. No matter what happens to me, I will write. I have nothing now. Nothing but words. And my son. Tell me, which is worse? A society indifferent to art, or one obsessed by it? I cannot sit by. I have seen too much, borne too much to allow my son to die in that place. I do not know how to be a mother. I am not sure I ever did, that it was ever for me. I feel I could have done it if given the chance. Perhaps this is the only thing I can do for him now. To the General Secretary of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union, Joseph Vissarionovich Stalin. Knowing your attentive attitude to the cultural forces of the country, and in particular to the writers, I worked up the nerve to address you with this letter. I do not know what he is accused of, but I give you my word of honor that he is neither a fascist, nor a spy, nor a member of a counter-revolutionary society. In Leningrad, I live a very secluded life, and am often ill for a long time. The arrest of the only person I have is a hard blow I can no longer bear. I'm asking you, Joseph Vissarionovich, to return my son to me, knowing that no one will ever regret it. Yours, Anna Andreevna Gorenko. Akhmatova. There, I learned how faces fall apart, how fear looks out from under the eyelids, how deep are the hieroglyphics cut by suffering on people's cheeks. There I learned how silver can inherit the black, the ash blonde overnight, the smiles faded from the poor in spirit, terror's dry coughing sound. And I pray, not only for myself, but for all those who stood there in bitter cold or in July heat under that red, blind prison wall. All of you. The cripple they had to support to the end of the line. The moribund. And the girl who would shake her beautiful head at me and say, I come here as if it were home. I should like to call you by name, but they have lost the lists. I have woven for them a great shroud out of the poor words I overheard them speak. I remember them always and everywhere, and if they shut my tormented mouth through which 100 million of my people cry, let them remember me also.